we waiting, we can start just chatting. Anybody want to share anything? Where you from and what you like to bring up to the meeting?
I'm super excited that the June meeting has been announced.
Yes, we too. Pat did a really good job locating it, and it's just amazing. It seems to be such a perfect place. Yeah, so and we sang a team already. Bill and Linda has checked it out. And Pat, have you guys been there yet?
We were scheduled to be there about 10 days ago. And I want to say it was actually Ernie knowing about it from a couple of years ago, and then bringing it up again. And then we all started talking and researching it. So thank you, Ernie, for that connection to Lake Junaluska. So we were scheduled to go about 10 days ago, but I don't know if everyone's aware, but there was a very bad hurricane that brought floods to that area that did not affect our venue very badly, but the access roads and other areas were badly impacted. So they were housing the emergency workers, and we've had to postpone our meeting. I've been there in person. I have friends who have been there and they loved it. And Linda and Bill have been there and they thought it was such a great spot. It's a destination in itself. People go there for vacation. There's a meditation dock, there's a lakeside pool, there's canoes and kayaks. So it's just lovely. Hiking, walks through gardens. When we're not doing Tai Chi, there'll be lots of other nice things to do. And we're hoping to see you there.
Well, and they give us plenty of space to practice. So that's really important. And give the participant choices. They can stay in the apartment or stay in the hotel. Um, so it seems to be really ideal for us. It's a workshop, so the present place, beautiful place to practice. And surprisingly, we are able to make the fees slightly less than last year, considering normally a resort like that would be outside our range. That's why we go to colleges. I mean, colleges are great, but they are generally speaking more affordable. But this resort is in the center of USA, easy for everyone to come in, and it's so far from our calculation, it's worked out to be just a little bit cheaper than last year. So definitely not more expensive than college. So the college is going up quite a lot. So it's a really amazing find. I'm just hoping to see lots of people coming to enjoy that resort.
And a big difference is that each participant can pick their own lodging. If you want to room alone, you can pick that, but it does cost more. There's double occupancy in the apartments that have a little kitchenette. We are including meal plan, of course. Your meals are included, but if you choose to cook or keep things in the fridge, or there's a hotel if you want hotel kind of service. So everyone can choose their own level of what they want. Um, and
First of all, let me do a formal welcome, everybody. It's on the time, and usually we practice and then talk, or talk and then practice. So I think we should continue to talk because we're on a very interesting topic. We're talking about the June workshop in USA. It's a holiday resort. It's really beautiful next to the lake. I love lakes. I think lakes are more beautiful than sea. The sea is a bit overwhelming. Um, and so maybe Pat was sorry, I interrupt me. Continue, and that's what we're talking about.
Oh, so we were saying that Dr. Lamb and the team have managed to keep the total costs lower, figuring, I think, using estimates that were probably double occupancy. And we will keep a list. Sue Simmons has volunteered to keep a list of people looking to contact someone as a possible roommate. But maybe you remember someone from another year and you can reach out and arrange a roommate. But all of that participants will do on their own, booking their own lodging in our block. And they've negotiated a rate with us that is a lot less than the normal vacationer rate. They gave us a nice break because of our numbers. So I think it's going to be really nice because you can have what you want. You can have a more simple accommodation. You can have a hotel accommodation. And we're in this beautiful natural setting at the foot of the Smoky Mountains, I think. Is that appropriate to say, Linda and Bill? Because they're more accustomed to that area and they've been there. But can we say it's at the foot of the Smokies?
Would we say foot or we'd just say?
It's in the middle of the Smokies, okay?
Okay.
Between the Smokies and the Appalachian Mountains. You can
Okay.
expect hills and climbs and stairs and, pleasant temperatures and, very good weather, hopefully.
And
Good.
think of a camping environment all around you, campsites.
But we won't be camping.
There's
Well,
a swimming pool available, there are pickleball courts, tennis courts, exercise facility, mini walking paths, labyrinth path, the prayer venue. It is so peaceful, so nice.
Yes, everyone. So just for the latecomers, we're just trying to get you to come to the June workshop in late in this late resort called Lake Jinlaluska. Anyway, it's on the website. I think it's ready. But let's start with a quick introduction of everybody, self-introduction of yourself. Ernie, would you like to monitor who go first so that we don't rushing?
Okay. Make me be a co-host, please, Dr. Lamb.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
And
You've
going
got
to-
softer again, Dr. Lamb.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's
Is that
soft.
better? I'm going to. Okay, do you want to make co-host? I'm going to make Evan the host, and then I'll try to improve my sound. Go ahead, Ernie. Have you got it?
Okay, welcome everyone. So time for another meeting of master trainers, senior trainers. It's great to see all of you again. Great that we can get together by Zoom and have this opportunity to be with Dr. Lamb and with each other and have a little chat and then also get a little practice in. So what's fun for me to see is where you are from. I know most of you, I believe, but a few of you, I'm not sure where you're located. You can put that in the corner of your little thumbnail picture if you put the cursor on the three dots up in the corner of your picture and then rename. So I've renamed myself. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, the center of the USA. So if you would like to do that, you can do that now. Okay, so questions that you have, I'll try to monitor those. And if you put your hand up, one of the tools at the bottom of your Zoom screen, I think you're all familiar with that, will allow you to put your hand up, and I'll try to watch that, and then we'll go in order to direct questions to Dr. Lamb or to each other, and that should go a little more smoothly. Anyway, let us know what questions you have, and good to see you.
Are we doing introductions first?
Yes. Okay. So that's Linda.
Good.
Also, I've heard from Pat Lawson, Pat, Florida. Pat Lawson is in Florida. She's our manager of USA Tai Chi workshops. And Linda and Bill have spoken up here as well. They're down here in the corner. So wave, Linda and Bill. Yeah, and they're telling us a lot about Lake Junaluska because they have actually been there. Pat and I have not had a chance to. We were supposed to be there this week, postponed a little bit. Okay, who else is on here? Let's go on around. Raise your hand, and then we'll call on you if you have any questions. I'm seeing Yvonne from Switzerland. Hi, Yvonne.
Hi,
You have to
Ernie.
I see her every 10 years. Every 10 years.
12 years, Ernie, oder? 13 years.
Yes.
2011, we met first in Terre Haute, USA.
Yeah. 2013 was the last time I saw
Yes,
you.
that
And then
was the second time for me.
yeah. And I saw you for the first time in June, so that was good. Greg is the senior trainer from Kansas City. We just finished a workshop with Dr. Lamb there. And Pat just finished a fall workshop with Dr. Lamb in Miami. So did any of you come to the Miami one? I know there were a couple of you from the Kansas City workshop we just had. Seeing Kitty. Hi, Kitty. Kitty's from Alabama. Okay. Apologize. See Evan down here at the bottom. Evan, CEO for TCHI for Dr. Lamb's workshops. I'm sorry. Yeah, you want to say hi? Where you are?
Well, I'm in Melbourne, Australia. It's 9 a.m. here. Hi, everyone. It's good to see you. Dr. Lamb, at this meeting, we have 24 people. Did you want us all to go around and introduce ourselves? Is that what you?
What do you think? What do you think?
We can't hear you, Dr. Lamb. Are you speaking?
I am.
Oh, okay. Now we can hear
Is
you.
that better? Okay. Yeah. How about everyone have a quick introduction of yourself? We know where you come from now.
Okay.
Perhaps just.
And we could popcorn it because we're not all, the screen is different for each of us. So we could introduce ourselves briefly and then call out a name of someone who hasn't gone yet.
That's a good
Okay,
idea.
I'll start with my screen. Mike and Denise, you want to have a quick introduction?
You'll have to unmute when you speak,
Unmute
please.
yourself. And then next is
Right.
Jocelyn. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay.
Are you you're not unmute. You unmute yourself.
Yeah, Mike is muted.
Okay. Mike is from Townsville, Queensland. Jocelyn, you're unmuted. You want to give it a start?
Sure. I'm
Where are
Jocelyn.
you?
I live just northwest of Atlanta, Georgia in the US, and I'm just very happy to be here. I'm not too far from Bill and Linda, who are kind of neighboring states. It's great to see everyone.
Mike?
Bill and Linda, you're next.
Hey, Bill and Linda from Knoxville, Tennessee. We're just happy to be here.
And how about Ronnie from Australia speaking next?
I'm from Melbourne, Wurundjeri country, one of the master trainers here, and lovely to see you all. And I think Mike's unmuted now.
Yeah, and just
Morning,
so that
everyone.
you all know, Ronnie and me went to India. We have a great time there.
We do.
Sorry,
Ronnie,
Mike,
you
go.
someone to speak
Yes,
next?
Mike and Denise from, yep.
So good morning, everyone. Sorry, I accidentally killed off Zoom with this mouse that I've got sitting at. Oh, I've done it again. So we're from Townsville, about I would say 3,000 kilometres north of Rani. about 2,500 kilometres north of Sydney. But yes, welcome everyone. We haven't been here before, so it's
For a
good.
while.
Well, a while. So nice to see familiar faces and new friends. Good day, Evan. We'll catch up later. Bye-bye.
And then call out someone's name.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, Evan.
Oh, hi everyone. As Ernie mentioned, I'm working here in Melbourne now as CEO of the Institute. So I'll put my email address in the chat so you can get in touch with us. And let's see, let's see, Kristen in Cincinnati.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm a relatively new senior trainer, and this is my first time this meeting. So, hello, everybody.
And then you call out a name. You can look at the little corners of the boxes.
Bob.
Hello, I'm down here in Florida. I'm not far from Pat. I was really looking forward to Dr. Lamb's workshop, but I was unable to go due to a family emergency just prior to the start of the workshop. My brother went into cardiac arrest, so I've been involved with helping him out to get through the ordeal. But anyway, he's doing better now, and I'm glad to be here today. And let's see, how about Rosalie?
Hello, I'm Rosalie and I'm from Toowoomba, Queensland in Australia. Master Trainer just had a little workshop yesterday, which was great, always a good experience, and looking forward to seeing people at the Sydney workshop shortly. Okay, bye.
And call out a name.
Oh, sorry, forgot. Kitty.
Hello, everyone. I'm a master trainer, Kitty, in Auburn, Alabama, and I am about an hour and a half south of Atlanta Airport. So Jocelyn and Bill and Linda are probably about the closest to me. And I had a delightful time in Kansas City with Dr. Lamb and lots of other people who I see here. It was a great workshop.
And call out a name.
Okay, let's see, Helga.
Kia ora from Aotearoa, New Zealand. I'm Helga. I'm a senior trainer, master trainer candidate, and looking forward to Sydney. And I had a wonderful, wonderful morning walking on the beach. It's spring weather, it's really hot, and I have a regular Tai Chi walking exercise with a Parkinson's patient. And that's what I did this morning. And I pass on the talking stick to Beverly.
Oh, hi, I'm from Florida. Survived the 2 hurricanes, but not my broken toe yet. I'm a master trainer that's been hobbling around for 6 weeks now. But yeah, I'm glad to be here and to see many friends from all over the world. And I think, oh my, I'm trying to think. Greg.
And glad to see you all. Many of you I just saw not too long ago at the workshop we had here in KC. But I am going to pick on Johnny Packard.
Hi, I'm Johnny, a senior trainer in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, USA. I've been a senior trainer for a year. I am very excited to be hosting my first certification workshop, Tai Chi for Rehabilitation, in March of 2025 with Becky Ray. And we've already got one person registered, so very exciting. And I will choose who's left. Let's go with Petra.
Hi, I'm Petra. I live in the Lockyer Valley, Queensland, Australia, and I'm senior trainer, fresh from starting this year, and I'm looking forward to much more growth doing Tai Chi. And who will I nominate? Hang on. Veronica, or have we had Veronica yet? Hello.
Hi, I'm Veronica. I come from Australia, a little tiny town, about just under 2,000 people, and I'm a senior trainer and looking forward to going to Wollongong in January. Now I have to find somebody. There's not many people there. Wait on. No. Brenda from Adelaide.
Hi, I'm Brenda, Master Trainer from Adelaide. Welcome everybody. It's good to see everybody. Yvonne from Switzerland, is that? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda. Hello, everyone. And it's so beautiful over the world to see people from Tai Chi for Health. And I'm looking forward to January, to traveling to Sydney also. Yeah, that's a big challenge, this traveling. But I will do it and we will see. So I'm from Zurich, Switzerland, yes. So I should pick a name. I have to look. Kitty was already? Kitty Fry?
When?
Was already. Oh, that's difficult.
Maybe whoever hasn't been called yet can raise their
Lorraine.
hand.
Lorraine, you were also.
Yeah.
Sure. Nope, I'll go. Lorraine
Okay.
Nobel, Master Trainer. Oh, it's two Lorraine, sorry. Lorraine Norton, you have your whole name out there. I only have Lorraine out there. Master Trainer from New York State, upstate New York, by the way, just putting in a little plug, is becoming the best place to live in the continental United States. Our weather is moderating quite dramatically. Other people are suffering from lots and lots of weather disasters, and we haven't. So think about moving up here. It's glorious fall weather up here. It's been in the 80s Fahrenheit. So it's nice time. We're having a good time. I'm going to toss the popcorn to Susan Didana.
Thank you, Lorraine. Hi, everyone. I'm Susan Didana from Massapequa, New York, on Long Island in the USA. And I'm just thrilled to see a lot of you that I've met before. I'm recently a senior trainer, so I'm really excited about meeting more of you. I've been using a lot of visualization lately. It seems I have a tear in my rotor cuff, so visualization is where it's at for my right arm. Thank you. I will choose G. Is anyone give me a hint? I think
Lorraine.
Oh, the other Lorraine, Lorraine Norton?
Lorraine,
okay.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. I'm Lorraine, Senior Trainer from Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia. I'm looking forward to meeting you in January, especially Yvonne from Zurich, Switzerland. Hi, Yvonne. That's me. Oh, I need to call somebody.
Susan.
Me?
Susan Amato. Susan.
Okay. Hi, I'm Susan Amato from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. I do live in a beach town. It's a small town, but we have a really active and growing Tai Chi community. So we're hoping always to have new instructors because there's a lot of demand here for classes. And it's great to see everybody. Some of you I've seen multiple times over the years, you know, on Zoom or in person at workshops. So happy to be here with you. Thank you. Nina, I think you're the next one, last one.
And with the I'm usually the last one because my name begins with a Z anyway. So I live in about 2-hour drive from the Canadian border. I live on the coast. I like lakes like Dr. Lamb, but I also do love the dramatic ocean as well. And I'm really glad to see everybody tonight. I look forward to these meetings. They're wonderful. And I think Will Kay is the only person that hasn't gone, is that correct?
Yes, good morning, everybody. Yeah, but I'm actually apologize because I'm in a car. That's why I don't think that my camera's on as frequent. I'm from Melbourne. I'm one of the master trainer working with Ronnie's the group there. Thank you.
Well, okay.
Lam?
Anyone who has not have a chance to present yourself. So the other thing I thought before we go to exercise, whether anybody like to make a comment or any issues, any questions about us, the institute, about the programs. It's a good time to bring it up now. Yes, Jocelyn, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that we have a lot of board members and former board members at this meeting tonight. They might be the majority.
Wow, that's interesting. Yes, well said. Also, since Jocelyn is instigator working with the Georgia Tech University, this is an amazing venture. It happens before the pandemic. The university have one department just focused on helping older adults. So they create different things like standing up bathtubs. Don't know how that worked, but remember that they show us what they have. So they decided to bring Tai Chi to people who's unable to travel or too far to travel or disability stop them from traveling. So they start this study on tele exercise. That means Zoom. It was before they even picked Zoom. We were the one who suggested them to do something like Zoom in distant place of America. And so this study has been going on for, I would say, about 5-6 years. And finally, they have published it. They also did an amazing video. The video shows case studies, people saying how much Tai Chi helped them. And of course, Jocelyn is the master trainer who connect with them and train the instructors. And I thought this video is really, really good. If a commercial company make a video, a selling video like this, people will say, oh, you're just selling it. But this is a university who has not selling anything, but showing the research with personal testimonial. Usually personal testimonial is flow upon. I remember when I started bringing Tai Chi for Arthritis to Arthritis Foundation USA, they tell me this story that there was a specialist who written a book about how using certain things to improve arthritis. But because he advertised it through personal testimonial, the Arthritis Foundation didn't want to have anything to do with them. Can you see that? I didn't realize that until 25 years ago, that this is the outputting for non-profit. They want to look at studies. They don't want to see personal testimonials because that's sales pitch. But for a university who done a study and then use it, that's different. They have studies that actually people doing it, they're not selling anything. So I think that little video they produced is incredibly significant. And I'm going to feature that. I have got their permission to show that. So I'm going to feature it in the upcoming newsletter. So please watch out for the newsletter. And we're going to go along with it with a special discount because they did our Tai Chi. So we're going to give the online lesson in a really the biggest discount possible. But I'm really excited. It's so many years, Jocelyn. Remember the first time we brought it up, and it's good to see the rotation and good to see they really want to share that out to the world.
Nina, you have your hand up?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out, not just to this, to everybody on the team, the workshop teams, service, manager, online lessons, the speed with which everybody responds, even though there's big time differences, is very impressive. You've been very helpful and continue to be. So just a thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Nina. This has been improved since Evan took over. He has really did a wonderful job, have the staff answering questions more appropriately, much quicker. Thank you, Evan.
Thanks.
And we also, Evan has been talking to a lot of people, and we're trying to also help us for accreditation with like other organizations, working with other organizations. So that's really good to have Evan's help in representing the Institute.
I put in the chat, if anyone would like to set up a one-on-one, just quick chat with me, or just email me, you can get me at evan@tchi.org. I've enjoyed meeting a lot of you at the annual workshops, and some on Zoom, but I would love to meet every master and senior trainer individually, just to get to know you. So, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so in case you don't know, Evan's my son-in-law too. So I'm just so excited that he took interest in what we do and really devoted so much of his time, talent into this. And you know, we do want to have younger people join us. We need younger people to keep us going. So Evan also represents younger people, and he can communicate better than we can. I can anyway. I'm getting a little bit older now. Okay, so anyway, if you have any questions, anything, just email Evan or me. Meanwhile, shall we start practicing? Will anybody want to say anything before we go practice? Okay, I guess.
Before you practice, Dr. Lim, you might just increase your microphone volume. I hear Helga is having a hard time hearing you, and I think others were saying that you're a bit low in. I'll take my tech support.
Is that better?
Not yet. If you go into the audio settings under the microphone, usually you can adjust increase it maybe. I'm not sure.
That's what I'm doing.
The Sun 73 forms begin.
Thanks, Pat. Can you hear me still? Yeah. How was it? What do you feel? Anybody like to do that again, or do 24 forms, or do something else? Any suggestions?
Love to do the Sun 73 again, so we can sort of try to get the energy as the group.
That's a great idea. So we do that. Randy, would you like to lead?
I'd be delighted. Okay. So, standing tall, just feeling that lovely connection with the earth under our feet. Bringing the breath down to Dantian, tongue on the top palate. Sun 73, let's begin. Taking a moment, feeling into the body, and relax. Well done.
Okay. That's great. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Pat. Yeah.
Something
It's good to see everybody practice. Was someone want to say something? Have a comment? Lorraine, you have something? You wave your
No,
hand.
I'm just clapping hands.
Oh, okay.
Can I share
Mm,
something, Paul? When I was running through that, it really made me aware that it's quite profound that we're all in the present moment together. In Australia, it's Sunday. In America, it's Saturday. I don't know what day of the week it is in Switzerland, but we're in different countries. We're in different time zones. We're in different seasons. And yet we're together in this Tai Chi because we're present. And I think that's really quite profound to really contemplate. It's like we get rid of all the concepts about seasons or places or countries, and it's just dropping into our experience here and now. Very precious. So that's, I know I shouldn't be thinking in Tai Chi, but that was a thought bubble that came to my mind.
Thank you, Ronnie. It's amazing how we build this global community and how we share energies around. Pat had raised hands, and then Petra raised hands too. I think Pat.
Yes,
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to say that even though we're so far apart, I was so surprised at how we fell into rhythm with each other. At the same time, I want to say I didn't even realize till Ronnie was leading. I teach that form here on Zoom, but when I teach it on Zoom, I have to flip directions around and things. So I got a little bit flipped around doing it with all of you. I think you were all absorbed in what you were doing, and I hope you didn't notice. But it was good for me to realize that I've become dependent on the space and that I need to get out of that a little bit. But that even so, with the whole group, we were so in sync and so in time that I didn't even realize it till I was facing different ways when I did it with Ronnie. But the rhythm was the same, and there was this like group beat and a group flow through it all. And those of us who teach on Zoom, something to be aware of.
Thanks, Pat. Anybody else want to say something? So if there isn't, I don't think I ever done this before. Get stuck with Zoom 73. Yeah, challenging times sometimes. How about our meeting is 1.5 hours. How about we do one more time? And I'm trying to see if I can remember it. And then we'll sit down and chat for a little while before we go.
Can I make one
So
more
we'll do
comment?
73 and cool down. Go on, Ronnie. Yep.
So I think it's quite lovely when you forget the form, Paul, and I'd love to observe what is your response to that. As master trainers, as instructors, we forget the form as well, but sometimes we might get kerfuffled or whatever, but you don't. You're like, okay, we'll try this again. Okay, I'll just invite Pat or someone else to do it and recompose myself. So it's actually beautiful role modeling. So yes, I hope you remember it this time, Paul, but I think it's actually quite lovely learning for us to observe what happens when you forget. We all forget. That's human nature.
Ronnie, you're very sweet, and I really appreciate it. And it's definitely not intentional. I just got the mental block, and second time around too. So I must say I can't remember I ever did that before. There are times I forget and sometimes I miss out, but I always come back. So it's something I need to reflect myself, and yeah, sure. Well, thank you for saying that, because it is normal for us to do things like that, and I can tell you, I still practice pretty regularly. Yeah, but I think, yeah, you do get profoundly affected by people around you, and you do get emotionally affected. Helga, you want to say something, please?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm actually really, really, really grateful, Dr. Lamb, that it has happened to you, and Pat for acknowledging that it has happened to you, because when I make mistakes, and there is plenty, that really, really, really helps me not to feel totally awful about my Tai Chi and myself. So I really want to thank you for that. And I hope everything is, and it doesn't matter, Dr. Lamb, if you now still forget. That makes me feel even better about myself. And please pass on my regards to Hazel.
Can I just
Thank
make
you.
a comment?
Thank you.
Can I just make a
Go on.
comment there? I think it just makes us human. You know, and if we forget, it just makes us human, just like anybody else. And we're not instructors, we lose that, and it becomes that we're really human.
Thank you for that, everybody. Yep. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice to have friends and colleagues who can just take over anytime, and that's going to be our life too. Lorraine, you want to say something?
Yes, I just want to say at this time, we need to remind all of ourselves to be kind to ourselves. We all work very hard. We all take on a lot of things, and there's a lot happening. Just be kind to ourselves and give ourselves space. Okay, all of us, be kind to ourselves.
Thank you. Thank you. And I am trying to do that, and I am looking for help. But your support and your feelings helps. Thank you. So let's do 73. One last time. "73 forms commence." Welcome back. Can you hear me okay? I changed the microphone. Yeah, the pub doesn't work so well. Yeah, it was so nice to do the whole set. Just Ronnie, can you just take over for?
Sure. So I just reflecting back again on Paul forgetting and then remembering, I do think that there's so much in that reflection. We're here for Tai Chi, we're here to connect, but we're also here as master trainers and senior trainers to deepen our practice in those roles as well as, sorry, yep. So I do think it's a lovely reflection that, you know, Paul didn't give up. He tried again, and then, you know, he did the Sun 73 beautifully from my peripheral vision that I saw. And it is something as master trainers, as senior trainers, this pops up for us. So how do we sort of meet it? And I loved, you know, meeting it with kindness, you know, knowing our supports around us to say, oh, you know, can someone else, you know, lead the group through? But I do think there's a lot of learning and self-reflection. So, you know, to contemplate when this happens to me, when I'm teaching, what's my response? Do I get kerfuffled? Because what we're doing is role modeling to the instructors we're training as master trainers, to the groups we're facilitating as senior trainers, and we're also role modeling to the, you know, the class participants that if they mess up, if we get kerfuffled, they're going to get kerfuffled. But if we just breathe and, you know, approach it in a very Tai Chi manner, we breathe in, we breathe out, we let it go, and we come back to the present moment. There's just absolute gold in that. So I do think there's, you know, so many layers that we can reflect on. And I think, you know, every moment is an opportunity for that. So that's my 2 bobs worth, as we say in Australia. Is there anything anyone would like to share on the call? Yes, Jocelyn, you just unmuted. Oh no, sorry, Helga has her hand up. Yes.
Yeah.
So when it happens to me in my class, because my class has people in there that are with me for 1.5 decades, dare I say, and, you know, we are all, I'm the instructor, and I have tried very hard for them to become instructors. They don't want to, but really it is almost a peer group. And so when it happens to me, there is often humor involved. You know, we laugh about it, and then we try again, and then I make the same mistake again, and then we laugh even more, you know, and then we get it right. So it does happen, and yeah, you know, it's also, you know, playing Tai Chi in a way. But what you're saying, not to get kerfuffled, inside, I'm of course kicking myself, you know, thinking, oh, gee, Helga, how could you do that, you know? But really, this projecting this calmness, it is all right. It is all right. You know, nobody is perfect.
Absolutely. That's a lovely thing to share. And I love that humor. Like humor just diffuses so many situations, doesn't it? And so I hope when your participants get, you know, mess up a bit, I hope laughter just arises spontaneously for them as well. Anyone else like to share some reflections? Yes, Rosalie. You just need to unmute, Rosalie. Yep, it's a classic, isn't it? Unmute.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, great.
One of the things I think we need to remember, we talk about in our teaching and so on about giving, you know, corrections and this sort of thing as positive sandwiches. Okay, and that is so important. And I won't ask you to put up your hands, but I think we, one of our big learning curves is remembering to give ourselves positive sandwiches. I think we're a lot harder on ourselves than what we are to our participants. Always used to say, well, I'm patient with my patients, but I'm not very patient with myself. And that's perhaps sometimes one of the biggest learning curves that we have, is learning to give ourselves those positive sandwiches, what went well. And so often the first thought that comes into the head is, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done that. And sort of looking at how we relate, trying to sort of think that positive sandwich bit, challenging ourselves to see that positive. What have we learned? And yes, it's a standing joke in my classes and workshops that I can't count. Okay. And we just all have a good giggle about it. There's always somebody in the group that can count to 3 better than me.
That's
okay. So thank you.
Thank you, Rosalie. And I love these pearls of wisdom we all share. Nina, you've got your hand up.
Well, I was going to say it's a testament to how we were taught that we were able to know the difference and to be able to carry on. I love it when my participants said, "You forgot some movement," and then because that's like, well, then you really know the form, don't you? It's a way to take what could be a negative and turn it into a positive.
I love that. Thanks, Nina. Pat.
And I just wanted to add the International Medical Tai Chi Qigong Association met this October, and there were lots of researchers presenting what studies they're doing and what the current results are so far on the research. And there was a lot on brain acuity, mental acuity, different types of dementia, all kinds of neural activity studies. So we know, and now the medical community is backing it up with studies, that there's so much brain activity involved too. More, apparently, what the studies are showing is that more parts of the brain light up when we're doing Tai Chi than any other type of exercise. All types of exercise require some of that. And if we've done other kinds of sports or exercise, of course we've fallen down or scraped up and gotten up, brushed ourselves off, and you learn from it and you do it again. So to me, this all just highlights how much our brains truly are involved in this, and another aspect to look at. Interesting, another area not related to this that was coming up in the studies is sleep and sleep quality. So keep your ears tuned for the outcomes of some of those studies.
Fantastic. Thanks, Pat. Any other final comments? I'm very aware our time is slipping past. A final comment from
Randy,
someone?
thanks so much. Yeah, and thank you everyone for your thoughts too. Yeah, I guess it's interesting reflecting back. Before I retired, I teach doctors, and part of my teaching was to be trained by other experts. One of the things we were trained under first was that there are medical conditions, no matter what you do, how much you try, you don't know the answer, you don't know what it is. And there's times that you make mistakes, no matter how hard you are. And to accept that and to sort of, deal with that in some way. I think, of course, when I retire from medicine, it doesn't take long before I feel this huge relief in my back that I carry. I didn't know that I carry so much about the responsibility of being a doctor. Misdiagnose something, it can actually, someone's life can be related. And so as a Tai Chi teacher, none of that would actually affect us. Like the worst that can happen is someone have some heart attack or something in your class. And it happens to me. One Janet, Janet was a doctor too. and me were doing a instructor training class, and then one lady just went bang, and she fell down and lost consciousness. And right, but you know, that was different because then the first thing we both did is use our first aid knowledge. We put her in recovery position, we called the ambulance, and then I went to see her afterwards. And this is a lady who know she have convulsions, but they changed the medication. And in the change of medication, she was from the country. She didn't want to miss the workshop, so she didn't tell us. She hid that from us, and and the change of medication plus the exercise. Just, but she recovered perfectly, and she apologized for doing that. But I mean, so I guess that example is if we have first aid, and in any case, it's not our fault really. So as a Tai Chi teacher, we never really have the same responsibility of missing something that can be life-threatening. Well, as a doctor, I learned to kind of accept that and and see that as part of life. You do your best, but of course, you can't pick out everything. So that training sort of comes to me and does help me to cope with things. Certainly, I start looking at people, if people who cannot accept any mistakes and got so worried about it, that's a problem. That is something that that really is a, if it depends on degree. In a very severe degree, you're not able to accept it. It's quite a serious problem. And I think Tai Chi has helped me to be more balanced, and certainly helped me to cope with the challenges to me. And just now it was like just come to me. I was feeling well. I was so happy to see you guys. We were talking, we were well, and it just sprang out. And I couldn't do it second time around. It was quite an experience that, and I really need to do it right to get me right. But nonetheless, I'm just so touched with you guys understanding and to bring out something positive about that. So I hope you feel the same, that making mistakes is part of life. And yeah. And yeah, we can always learn something from any part of life, but not all. Yeah. So it's about 1 minute to go before our 1.5 hour, but of course we can stay longer if you want to. But would they anybody like to say anything else about outside this matter? Actually, I'm really happy with the turnout this time. But when you have chance to talk to your colleagues, MTSTs, do encourage them to come next time. 3 monthly, and a reminder. Pat, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Well, you said anything, it doesn't have to be on this topic. So some people are asking me already about your weekend pre-conference training on Fajin. So when somebody asks me, well, what is that anyway about Fajin in the 24 forms? Is there 1 or 2 sentences that you can tell us to give them an idea? I was saying Fajin is the expression of energy when it's expressed in a little more concentrated fashion, but I don't know if that's really what I should be saying.
Well, Pat, you know, it's a top secret, and I'm not going to tell anybody until they. No, just kidding. Yeah, well, in a way, that is part of how Tai Chi is being propagated over the centuries. I was writing an article for the Chi magazine, which should be published soon. And if you like, if you heard of the Chi magazine, or if you want to read it, just email me after it's published. I'll send you a copy. And that's remind me that article reminds me of how Tai Chi were passed on in the tradition in the older days. That is how the teacher attracts students. They make it mysterious, and they make it really difficult for people to come to learn. And there is a human thing about something mysterious, you know. And like, of course, Tai Chi is mysterious, but it's also very simple as well. It's the dilemma. And Fa Jing in Chinese, essentially, Fa means deliver or doing something, extend something. Jing is the force. So Fa Jing usually means it deliver force. And it can kind of interpret in different ways, where you deliver your energy, gather your energy, deliver. So every out breath is a delivering energy. So there are three different types of Tai Chi. One is a martial art focused Tai Chi. One is health focused Tai Chi, and the other one is competition focused Tai Chi. And I think in a way you can integrate them, but the inner thing should be very similar. So just because we're doing for health doesn't mean we can be mindful where the force is, the energy is, and how to deliver the force with your internal energy. So that is what I'm going to emphasize on, explaining the conversion, and then do it with the Yang style 24 form, and in a way to get a deeper meaning. And also, if your movements are more accurate, then you can deliver force more effectively. But if you don't think of delivering force, then you'll be less, you'll be just moving. So that's the key I try to focus on. And I also want to bring in the spiral way of delivering force.
Thank you.
Ernie, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Our time is about to close here, but it was wonderful getting together with everyone. Looking ahead, there's many things happening. First of all, until we meet again, we have the holidays. So Christmas around the world, however, whatever holidays that you experience and share with your family and your friends, your Tai Chi friends and your own family and so on. USA, we have Thanksgiving coming up next. And then, of course, you'll all be together, or many of you together in Australia for the week-long conference that you have annually. How many years or how many times have you done that? Do you know?
That's the 26th, 27th, the coming one.
Oh,
27th annual in Sydney alone. And in USA is the 23rd, was it? 23rd.
Yeah, only 2 or 3 less than that. Next time we get together for a quarterly meeting of the same as we're doing today, the next time will be on January the 25th, USA, which is the same as January 26th, other parts of the world. And then might add that we are open for registrations for June, USA, the annual pre-conference and workshops. So registrations are starting to come in. A lot of questions. We're all excited about that. And Pat has already told you so much about it, and Linda as well. So get in touch with us, USA, for that. And let's all keep together, and best wishes to everyone for the holidays coming up.
And come to the forum. And is the forum, so in USA, I think, I don't remember, I think we might have I don't know, is it Saturday the 31st in USA or the 1st? I'm not sure.
1 week from today in USA.
It's your Saturday. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Saturday, 1 day.
And that's the 1st, okay. So that's in a week. The instructor
Yeah,
for
and
be there or be a Zoom square.
and that
Yeah.
that winds up the 10. Yeah, so we have all that together. It was a trilogy, the third month. So we're winding up the 10 important.
And if you register, even if you can't attend, you get a recording. I'm not sure about recording for this meeting. I wasn't sure whether it was turned on or not, but if it is, I will send it to you and all the other MTSTs. It's really good to get together, to have a chance to talk and to share the energy. I love the way Rani brought up. I think we feel it, but it's really good for her to point it out how incredible we are over the world, and we're just sharing that together. It's quite, I think that's great sensation.
Just on an unrelated topic, thank you very much for sharing the take-home message. I'm going to stop taking participants because that'll make them want to join me more. Apparently, that's the way of the future.
Well, I'm going to formally conclude this, but I'll stay for another 5 minutes. If you want to stay around, you are welcome to. You're welcome to leave too.